Hello everybody, and today we're in the SU-33 Flanker D DCS. We're doing the campaign, the SU-33 campaign, which is Sea Dragon, and it's about a conflict between Russia and Georgia. The first mission starts out as us, the Task Force Sea Dragon, consisting of about 19 to 20 Su-33 aircraft, which is this one, which I'm in as well. Flanker D's is their what do you call them? Call sign, assigned by NATO, and we're ready here. Our engines are on. Everything is set. Flaps are set. Everything is set. Ready to take off. Today is a familiarization flight, so we have to get ourselves familiar with the Georgian territories. The reason why we can fly over Georgian territory today is because there is a ceasefire, peace, so there's going to be no problems with it, and so on with it. Let's do this.
Western Georgia and become familiar with the territory. We may soon be flying combat missions over. We will also use this as a show of force. Once you take off, I will be right behind you. Seeing as you're new to carrier operations, you should review the mission brief and the new takeoff procedures. I am happy to explain them to you if you contact me on the radio using the F10 function.
Yeah, we won't need that. Let's take off. We'll put on throttles to full, brakes engaged. We'll wait for the RPMs to come up, afterburners, and take off. Full stick aft. Oh, that's a lot of alphas there. Gears up, flaps up, and we're successfully off the ground. Let's watch our wingman here. And he's off the carrier as well. These are gonna be up soon. We're gonna fly the waypoints shown on our HDD data link. We'll switch to afterburners off. We'll follow the waypoints into Batumi, which is going to be our first destination for today. Batumi airfield is within Georgia. First stop. Let's go do this. Task Force Sea Dragon for the win. So even though there is a ceasefire, we don't want the Georgians getting lucky here. So, because they probably don't like us flying over their territory anyways, so maybe there's a G.I. Joe there with itchy fingers. So let's just maintain a healthy distance from the ground. We're about 60 kilometers away from our first waypoint. That's going to be Batumi, as indicated on our HUD over here. This is the distance to our waypoint. This is our indicated flight path marker where we need to turn according to the flight computing system. This is our altitude in meters above mean sea level. This is our speed in kilometers an hour, and above these small versions of these are the required by the waypoint altitude and speed. We need to go 6,000 meters above ground at 610 kilometers an hour according to the set waypoint data. En route means we are going towards the waypoints. When we are going to be coming back, we're going to set this to return. Alright, let's do this. Turned off our RWR there, which gives us basically warnings of radar signals coming from planes, radars, all sorts of things. We don't need it right now because we're in a peaceful situation, although it's not really recommended though. We'll turn on our ECM which is over here. These pods, these are ECM pods, electronic countermeasures. So radars have a hard time locking up onto us. Turning on over here. When this light becomes constant, our ECM will be on. There we go. Right, we're good here. We're gonna gain some altitude, about 400 meters more, and we'll be on the recommended altitudes. And we'll be into Georgia soon. You can see the Caucasian mountains from over here. This over here, the 19 and 20, this is our pitch angle. This is 15 degrees pitch angle. We're pitched upwards by 7 degrees at the moment. This indicates that. That's symbolic. I don't see our wingman, that's not good. Oh, there he is. See him? He's just behind our wing. See that? Yeah, there he is. So we're good. We're going good. We're above the lower cloud level, and that's the first city of Batumi. It's a huge city, industrial and residential complex of Georgia.
We are now in the Batumi Air Base. In addition to the air base, there is also a large port area for marine shipping. This is also close to the Turkish border, so the Turks may try to supply the Georgians in Batumi. Let us fly over.
So this is where they get most of the supplies from the Turks. So in a future conflict which might happen, because this is a digital combat simulator, we might have to disrupt Turkish supplies into the region. We fall into the next waypoint here, pulling some G's here, which is not ideal, but yeah, let's do this. We have some contacts in the air, which is going to be enemy tankers at most, but they won't pose any threat to us, since this is a peaceful situation after all. And even if there is a threat posed by this enemy to us, there's a 2-ship reinforcement SU-33s in there, which will support us. So we're completely safe. We don't have anything to worry about. Wingman will call it out, because why not? Right, let's go. This is the city of Kobileti. Has an abandoned airstrip nearby, which is, let me show you, I think I can see it from here. Just a second, I'm going to get into a good position here. That's the abandoned airfield over there. It's a double airfield, and this is the huge city of Kobileti. That's the mountains over there. So it's kind of a choke point for the Russians towards the east, because it's completely inaccessible over there. Right, so get back on track. Go into a waypoint which is slightly to the right. So although there's not a lot of danger, command says that the abandoned airfield, which is like a double airfield, might be used by NATO for their own operations, which is a genuine concern, I think. So we might need to strike this someday. Switch on to the next waypoint here, 30 kilometers. And finally we're near the end of the Georgian airfields, which is Senaki Kolki. Right, so command says that the landmark of this city, which is the largest airfield in the region, let me show you, that's the one, which might be used by NATO aircraft in case of a conflict, so we need to keep a really close eye on this as well. Landmarks are going to be that mountain and that ridgeline coming over here, this ridgeline over here. These are going to be the landmarks for this airfield. We're going to turn back and vector back towards the Admiral Kuznetsov and attempt a carrier landing. We can't go any further because there is a SA-8 book SAM site. SAM is equals to surface to air missile system, which might shoot us down, so we do not want to get near to that thing. We're going to head over towards the Admiral Kuznetsov, which is going to be our waypoint number 6, I think. She might be wrong here. Admiral Kuznetsov is on the next waypoint, waypoint number 7. So let's move on. We're gonna get out of Georgia into international airspace and international borders in here. I have turned on our radar over here. See if we can pick up any of those tankers. Just want to see where they are. There we go. We found them. These two dots over here indicate a tanker of some sorts. Well, on the dot indicates on the left side. Right, so this is the last coastal city, and will be the main objective for us to isolate this port from the others, because once we block their primary coastal town, the town of Batumi, which we went through the first, they are going to try to use this one, which makes much more sense. So we're going to be isolating both of the places. Right, so we need to return back into the carrier and attempt a landing, an astute landing. As you can see over here, this is the Mach meter. Mach is the reference point of the speed of sound at a certain altitude. At this altitude, it is around 900 kilometers an hour, the speed of sound. So right now we're traveling just about Mach 1.0, which is 1 times the speed of sound. And we're gonna slow down because we need to attempt a landing, for which we need to be slow. I think we can see the carrier from here somewhere. Ah, there it is. That's the carrier group here. We're close. So let's do this. I'm gonna concentrate to getting a perfect landing. We'll cut down our throttles by a lot. And we'll go in for a steep dive because we're quite high and we need to reduce our altitudes, and also we need to slow down, so we're gonna lower our flaps, raise our landing, so not landing, our air brake, which is going to be a flap that causes a lot of air resistance, as you can see over here, which slows down. Right, and we're gonna lower the landing gear, course, and the landing hook as well, because we are a carrier aircraft. So how a carrier landing works basically is that this thing, the hook on the tail of the aircraft, latches onto a series of wires on the aircraft carrier. And when those wires are caught by the aircraft carrier, the aircraft comes to an abrupt stop because we don't have a huge runway, so we can't really use the brakes only to slow down. We need to use that hook and those wires. Now, to help with the landing, we have this HUD symbology. We need to keep the small circle into this big circle and keep it as much in the center of our HUD as possible. We'll increase our RPMs a little bit over here, move our air brake to gain some speed. That's right, it's about right. Put on our air brake again, we're quite a bit fast, and try to get into a perfect approach here, which is going to be very hard for me. I haven't attempted landing on the aircraft carrier for quite a while, so it's a bit hard. Plus the moving around of the aircraft doesn't help. And that was actually a very good landing. We have come to a complete stop, due south throttles, and we are landed. Remove our canopy here. Shut down our engines. Left and right engines shut. Flaps and hook up. Electrical power off, and we're off. See you guys in the next video of Task Force Sea Dragon, and until then, Allah Hafiz, bye bye. Hope this video finds you in good health.